Hey folks, this is my fiery brown muddler I tied last week. Maybe see me posting it on the Doon Valley page and a few other Facebook pages. I was away fishing yesterday and this flea was definitely the fly of the day. It caught most of my fish, and a few folk have said to me about doing a wee video to show you how to tie it, so I'm going to do that today. I'm off work, bank holiday Monday. I wasn't planning to take it off, but I got up this morning a wee bit stiff and sore for the the float tube yesterday. But in my vice I should say, this is a full and mull black nickel competition, size 12, and 3 dimensions, just a black uni thread. You could use a kind of fiery brown or a red thread or something maybe to match maybe the colour, but I just use black, it's fine. Trim that excess away. I was up I don't want to mention Lochs on social media. Most folk will ken where I was by looking at the pictures. But I met up with Greg Bowie and a good day. I was in the tube and Greg was in the shore. Both as a plenty of fish. For the tag, or for the butt, it's a float orange, just thread. I tie that in. I've done a video for a wee while, so I might be rusty. Anyway, just tie that in at the bottom when you bend your hook, and then back up. Like so, and it's up to yourselves. Usually what I'll do is I'll put a wee touch of super glue on the butt, but for quickness I'll not bother today. Trim that off. For the tail, it's just a golden pheasant crest. Strip away the shite. I usually like giving mine a wee lick just to keep the fibres in place. And same as usual, your tail length roughly the same length as your hook. So just hold that in, catch it, just put up a wee bit. Some folk like their tails long, some folk like them to be the same length as the hook, but I'm no fussy. There's your tail. Just trim away the excess again. Tidy that up. And for the rib, this is actually it's called hot jello. It's from UTC, but to me it's just like a really bright gold, and I like using it for a lot of my ribs and my flies, as it stands out a good bit better. So trim a wee bit of that off for your rib, tie that in. Back up. Wax your thread. Next stage is the dubbing. This is a wee blend of my own dubbing I've made. It's fiery brown mix I've got with kind of gold speck through it. If you are just kind of getting into the flea tying game, it's really worth getting yourself a coffee grinder, and you can play a bit with your own wee blends and stuff to get the colours that you like. And this time of year, summer especially, summertime, coming into June, July, August, fiery brown really is a cracking colour. But I'll give a wee mention out to Chuck and Duck fly tie materials. Is their dubbing range is unbelievable. Really is some of the best stuff I've ever used. I'm a big fan of the electric seal stuff, so if you have not checked them out yet, fire into their website and have a wee look, as the dubbing's amazing. So is along with all the rest of their stuff, but especially their dubbing. The wee tip here is a lot of folk come too far up with their dubbing, especially for muddlers. You want to leave yourself a wee bit extra than what you would normally think. I'll just stop there. For the body, for for the hackle. This is just an all kind of fiery brown caper hood. I've not got many of the shorter feathers left. I've managed to salvage what I can, so this is maybe just a wee bit shorter fibre wise than what I would usually use, but needs must. Again, just catch that in, tie it in, a few wee turns to catch it, snip away the excess. You can use your hackle pliers or use your fingers, whatever's up to yourself. I'll use my hackle pliers just now, and then just work this down the body. Well, it was a good day yesterday. First time I've really kind of had a chance to go on the tube. It's been a kind of a shit start to the season weather-wise, kind of Galloway Hills in my area. And never really kind of hit up until the last week or two there, but it was back to pissing the rain and whatever else. The first couple of months was really cold, so March and April we were kind of struggling. Anyway, this is the rib, just a few turns up the body with the rib. There's 3 turns. Catch it in. But aye, my usual places I've usually been to this time of year I've not been up to yet, so I was quite glad to get out yesterday. And then just trim away your excess here. Tie that in, a few turns. Then just twist and pull off your excess rib. What I like to do too is I've got a wee bit of velcro or even an old toothbrush or anything you've got, just to get that a wee poo through and just bring out some of that dubbing. Also spread your hackles out a wee bit as well. Next stage, it's no fiery brown, it's actually orange. It's a English partridge or a French partridge, not quite sure now. This is mere orange. It doesn't really matter what one it is anyway, they're both roughly the same. You see here, what you do is you tie it in at the tip. This is slightly longer than what I used the other day there, but fuck, this one's better. What you do is you tie it in at the tip. Catch that in. Just move the fibres out the way. Tie a few turns on it in front, then trim away the excess as well, and then hackle pliers again. This can be footery. It does, I put my fibres back. And you need to watch you're not too rough at this bit, because a lot of times you pull the feather out if you've not gave it enough turns to secure it in. You only need a couple of turns, 2 or 3, whatever suits yourselves. Two should be plenty. Catch that in again. A few turns just to thing it, and then snip away the excess. Just fold the wee extra fibres back and tie them in as well. Next stage, it's a flash. A bit of flash ring I like to add into my muddlers. And this is the stuff here. This is there's no name to it. I bought it off eBay years ago when I first started tying a job lot or something, and it came in let's see if I still got it. It came in an all cardboard pack with different colours like this. The blues are really nice. I like my blues for that locked down muddler I tie. But for this flea I put in some red. This is kind of red fibres. Just 3 or 4 fibres. Snip away. Sometimes it can be the difference. Some folk like to stick to old traditional patterns and stuff, which back then doesn't have much flash in them, but the way flea tying's gone now, there's that many good stuff on the market you can use. And I do like adding a bit of flash into my fleas, not always, but I will admit I do like to add a wee bit of flash. So that's your wee flashy wing in. Next stage, I'm sure I put legs on, didn't I? I did. Aye, I did. I had to check twice yet. To see what I've got. This is fiery. This is Flow Fiery Orange. Pheasant legs. So take, it's up to you, 4, 5, 6, whatever you prefer. Take off, what's that there to see? That's about 6 I think. And just add these in as an extra wing as well. You can spread them out. It's up to yourself. Some folk like them on the side, some folk like them on the top. If you're making a kind of hopper version, put them on the bottom. And just trim away the excess. What I do here, another wee tip is, if you tie a lot of Midas flies, see the wee pheasant that she's cut off, keep them for your Midas wings. I've got a wee tub up there I usually plop them into. So that's us ready for the deer here. This is the this is the tricky bit. This is the bit some folks struggle when they're tying muddlers. Sometimes you can get it first time perfect, sometimes it maybe takes a couple of times, so we'll see. This is a fiery brown deer hair here. Nice wee patch. What I like to do is that I think a lot of folk go wrong when they don't take enough deer hair off, so I like a right good pinch. Need to see what I can. Okay, a lot of folk just take a wee mite. I like a lot. I like the ball shape of my muddler heads. I'm not saying that's the right way to do it, that by the way. I'm just saying that's my preference. I like getting a round shape, and then I can cut it all into what I want. As you can see, I've cut off a good chunk there, good 3 fingers for. And then this is your deer stacker tool. File them into that and get a good tap. Put it on your desk. Beth goes off her head with me sometimes when I'm doing this. Oh, moving the camera, I'll do it. That should do it. Your deer here should be roughly all nice and kind of level. Just a wee bits like that, just put them off. Catch it in there like so. There's a wee nice and straight edges. So another thing as well as when you're doing muddler heads is that I find some folk leave it too short at the front there. If you leave it too short and you start trying to spin it, sometimes it actually happens is that's a kind of Disney bite right, and it will fall off and it'll get it tight. So make sure you're useful enough, because once you spin that, it actually pulls itself in anyway. I like to take it back, just back to the end of the hook, but there. Right. And what you do is your first turn comes on loosely. Right, just you can put it all tight together to start seeing it, and then come up again your second turn. Right, that's when it starts to open. And then you start twiddling it through like so. Actually missed that wee bit there. Alright, and then you see it all starting to spin. Sometimes it catches in your thingy. I just like to get a wee poke out with my scissors. And then again, 2 or 3 turns in, nice and tight, and then start winding it down towards the eye. And that's it there, that's it nice and coated in there. That's you got your kind of boss shape at the front as well. Oh, do you see the camera's moved a wee bit? Yeah, as you can see, that's me got my boss shape now. And what you do now is, if you've gave it enough turns to make sure it's kind of secure enough, I just like to give mine a wee brush back. And then get another one in when about the eye somewhere. And now fold all them back. Some folk hear the name deer hair and going, no, but I think I was lucky enough early on. Davy McPhail's videos was my key. I just watched Davy continuously and watched his methods until I kind of got the hang of it. But I was quite lucky, as I say. I loved fishing muddlers, so it was a flea I was determined to get right. So quite early on in my tying, I managed to take and a half master it. Right, now I've put all that back, if you can see from my fingers. 2 or 3 turns into the E just to secure it. Give it a wee push back, just tied it up. Right, and then tie it off with your knot. I use my fingers for my knots, as some folk use the tying tool, but I've always used my fingers. It is footery, believe me, it's hard. So 4 or 5 turns. I still use it, I still use the hook. That's what I do, I use the hook to catch my thread, and then I bring the thread right in so I can get in nice and tight. There we go. So that's it all secured in. Don't cut your thread rigged into the eye with muddlers. Always leave a good 5-6 mil. Right. As I feel as if you cut it right in at the eye and then you'll start to move about with the deer hair and that, sometimes if your knot isn't rigged, it might come loose. It shouldn't, but it can. So what to do now is pull all your fibres forward again like so. Right. Tighten that a wee bit. And then what I've got is curved scissors. A pair of curved scissors, doesn't have to be expensive and then it can be cheap enough as long as they're sharp. So now, oh, another wee tip, I've got a wee tray for my shite, basically, for the trimmings. Put it underneath the fly. So now, it's off. I've got a heavy light here, I've got a wee circle light I'm going to put on just to plug it bloody in, God's sake. I use for I'm doing this kind of stuff. Right, a bit closer here. There we go, just so I can see better. Don't get in too close to begin with. I always gear so enough. Just take the shape, cut the shape off first. Right. So don't go into to try and get the shape straight away, your length. I just always keep it out, and then I work it down and work it down and work it down to my final shape. Some folk maybe fire straight in and try and get the perfect length straight away, but no, you're better off easing it in. Just take a wee bit off at a time. Some folk, you can come in about there now, above your eye, and just start taking it a wee bit shorter. This is the footery bit, but I suppose it's quite, what's the word, therapeutic. And if you've tied the deer hair in correctly, another thing you can do as well, if your deer hair's no spread round a circle perfectly, whatever bit you think maybe the deer hair's sitting best, you can actually grab it and turn it if you've tied it in right. Oh, here's Beth coming to. Impeccable timing. Beth,
what?
don't say that, I'm making a video.
Excuse me?
I am making a video. It's a nice swearing. Start to take a wee bit shape now. No, there's the daft huskies. Mad tooth. Everybody's different too, the way they like their muddler heads to sit. See some folk like to put their deer hair right back, so it's kind of swishing backwards, but I've always liked the ball shape. So you just take your time going round about it. Can't be footery about it. It will start taking shape after a few minutes. Putting off all the wee fluffy bits and all the wee excess trimmings. What? Yes, I'm nearly finished. Middle it. So just what you're wavering the muddler head. It does take a wee bit of time, but worth it in the end. Come on. I use my thumb for, you can see that, just for leaning the scissors onto. To get a wee more kind of controlled in my cuts. So as I say, just take your time going round about it. That is a wee bit footery, but I definitely think a lot of folk go wrong with the amount of deer hair they put on. See, I like to put a lot on, and that's how you get the shape of the, or my preferred shape anyway, the head. It's not far away now, you can still trim away, but it's just to show you roughly. Everybody's got, this is still, my eyes, this is a heavy, this is a quite heavily, kind of, what's the word, like, kind of, I've still got too much deer hair on it, so what I start doing is I start working my way into the fibres. And another thing that I like to do, which 2 or 3 folks picked up on and commented on, I like to take away my deer hair for the 2 sides where the rib would show through, or the body, the fly would show through. So I'm just going to do this on this side first, and then I'll spin it when I'll show you on the camera side. Still trimming away. Right, so you'd see on this side I've just done, as you can see there, I've kind of left a wee gap, cut a wee gap through to so you can see the rib. So I'm going to do it on this side as well. These are probably thinking, Jesus Christ, some length of time for that heat. That's just what you need to do if you want a nice kind of boar shape. I say it takes different times to get them perfect in the way you want them. To be honest, I've probably got this muddler, I've probably get the deer hair maybe 5 mil too long than what I usually have it. In fact, was it at a flea? No, I'll show you. I probably have that. Look. But it's all self preference. Like I say, there's not much difference. I'll continue to trim away wee bits and bobs once I stop the camera, but that's basically it. That's the fiery brown muddler. As I say, it's footery, but it was worth it. Yesterday was a great day, and as I say, most of my fish I had on it was to this flea. And another thing, once you've finished your trimming up and stuff, I always put a wee bit of varnish in at the head. A bit of clear varnish. Just put the fibres away from your eye, and then just poke in a wee bit of the, and some underneath. That's it. And just a wee bit of wire, whatever you use to clean your eyes out. So see, that's basically that there. I'll still trim this into a kind of a mere boss shape, and maybe take a wee few extra bits of deer here, the here and there off it, but that's it. That's the fiery brown muddler. This is the one that was used yesterday and done the damage, so there you go. If he's tie a few of them up, I'm pretty certain that he's got a few troots, so to zoom in a wee bit for you, maybe see it a bit better. I say the wing probably slightly longer than what I usually have it, but it was just to show you really. Well, that's it. So anyway, thanks for staying tuned. It was a long one, but that's us. Cheers.